Mickey Mouse stands at the wheel of a steamboat. Walt Disney Animation Studios. An animation in shades of grey. A young man wearing a suit stands on a station platform clutching some paperwork. Paperman. A train passes behind him. The breeze from it blows a sheet of paper against him. As the paper blows away, a young woman chases after it. She comes back and stands beside the man. They're both a little awkward. As another train pulls in, a sheet of the man's paper is blown into the woman's face. He grabs it and it comes away, marked with a lipstick stain from her lips. She sees it and smirks. The man sees it and laughs too. The man looks up and sees the woman has just boarded the train. He watches sadly as the train pulls away. The woman looks back and they make eye contact briefly, both unhappy about the parting. Later, the man sits in a dull office. He stares forlornly at the lipstick-stained paper in front of him. His humourless boss drops a fresh pile of paperwork on his desk. The man eyes the boss glumly. As the boss goes, the lipstick-stained paper nearly blows out of the window. The man saves it just in time. He looks across the street and notices the woman in another office building opposite. She takes a seat in an armchair. The man waves from the window, trying to attract her attention. His boss notices. Reluctantly, the man steps away from the window and sits back at his desk. He picks a sheet of paper up off the huge pile his boss left him and carefully folds it into a paper dart. He stands and tosses it out of the window. The dart spirals down into the street below. The man grabs another sheet of paper and makes a second dart. This one glides across the street and bumps into the wall beside the woman's open window. The man makes a third dart. His boss grabs his shoulder and closes the window before he can throw it. The boss returns to his office with a backwards glance at the man. Once he's gone, the man launches the dart. It sails across the street and goes in through the wrong window. An executive looks up and the man indicates he wasn't supposed to get it. The executive angrily screws up the dart. The man launches another, which is knocked off course by a flock of pigeons. The next dart bumps into the wall of the building opposite, as does the next and the next. The woman doesn't notice one that lands in the bin behind her. The man perseveres, throwing more darts until he eventually runs out of paper. His colleagues look round at him as he knocks over his in-tray. One jealously guards his own pile of paperwork. The man looks out of the window at the woman, then sees the only paper he has left is the sheet with the lipstick stain. With a determined look, he carefully folds it into a dart. He composes himself to launch it, but a gust of wind catches it and blows it away. He sees the woman leaving her office. As the boss appears, all the man's colleagues pretend to be busy. The man sees the woman step out onto the street below. He turns around and sees his boss glaring at him with a huge pile of paperwork in his hands. He drops the paperwork on the man's desk, and the man glumly returns to his seat. As the boss returns to his own office, the man dashes out, spilling all the fresh paperwork. The boss and his colleagues watch him go. Outside, the woman has crossed the street. The man dashes out of his office building and runs across the road, forcing traffic to stop. He gets to the other side and desperately looks around. He sees one of his paper darts resting on top of a mailbox. His shoulders sag as he sees it's the one with the lipstick stain on it. He snatches it up and angrily flings the dart up the street. It sails high into the sky, soaring over the buildings. Eventually it bumps into a skyscraper and floats down into a narrow, dark alley. It lands amongst hundreds of the other paper darts the man has thrown. A breeze stirs the lipstick-stained dart. Gradually it becomes airborne again. The breeze catches the other darts and they rise up in a small whirlwind, spinning around and around with ever-increasing speed. The young man marches grumpily down the street past the alley. The darts fly out after him in a long bobbing line. The lipstick-stained one sticks to his leg. The man picks it off and irritably tries to throw it away, but it and a flurry of the other darts stick to him. More and more surround him and whisk him across the street, forcing the traffic to stop. The lipstick-stained dart flies on ahead, gaining speed. Its slipstream blows newspapers off a stand. The dart comes to rest in a flower stall that the woman is perusing. She eyes the dart curiously. It blows away again and she runs after it. The other darts force the man along another street towards a station. The lipstick dart leads the woman towards the station as well. The darts force the man up the stairs to the platform. The woman chases the lipstick dart onto a train and the train pulls away. The other darts force the man onto a train and push him into a seat. A small boy watches as whenever the man tries to get up, the darts force him back into his seat. The boy's mother leads the boy away. Having caught the lipstick dart, the woman looks out of her train's window. It pulls into a station at the same time the man's train pulls in on the opposite platform. Carrying the dart, the woman steps off her train. She tosses the dart up in her hands. A flurry of more darts blow past her along the platform. She looks round and sees the man covered in darts has alighted from the opposite train. He shakes the darts off and goes over to her. Still holding the lipstick dart, she adjusts her hair and looks up at him. As the credits play, a series of stills show the couple sitting chatting in a cafe. ITFC audio description by John Warskell and Alice Sanders. The dart flies off. A firework arcs over a fairy tale castle. Disney.